Hello everyone, welcome to the Smart Life. Today I have the Orico 3.5-inch external hard disk drive enclosure. This is a USB 3.0 external hard disk drive enclosure, and this is a two-way hard disk drive enclosure. That means that you can fit in two hard disks, and it supports a massive maximum storage of 32 terabytes. I got this from Banggood.com, and I got it to make a network attached storage for my security cameras, as well as storing all my backup videos for my YouTube and so on. In this video, I'm going to unbox this external HDD enclosure, and I'm going to show you how to install this hard disk drives that I have here in this external hard drive enclosure, and I'll do a speed test of the hard drives in this device, compare it to the solid state drive and the internal hard drive of my desktop computer, and I'm going to show you how to set up a simple Windows 10 NAS system using this HDD enclosure for your data storage as well as home security cameras. So coming to the specifications of the HDD enclosure, it comes with a USB 3.0 and a speed of 5 gigabits per second. That is the maximum speed. It supports two 3.5-inch hard disk drives, and it is a tool-free installation process, and the casing is aluminum alloy, and the packaging is quite good. I got the black version, and there is also a silver version, and they also have enclosures that support more hard disk drives, like 3 or 4 or 5 hard disk drives. I got a 2 hard disk drive enclosure because I have only 2 hard disk drives here, and that's it. Now let's unbox it and see what is there inside. So there's a box here, and the packaging seems to be very nice. Let's check this box here first. Here is the power adapter. It's a 12 volt 3 amps adapter, so that is 36 watts. They also provide a USB type B to USB type A 3.0 cable, and these are the keys that you can use to lock the hard drives in the enclosure. And there is a user's manual and a thank you card. User's manual is in Chinese as well as English, so it gives you the basic information on how to install the hard drives and what are the specifications, how to format the hard drive, and so on. Anyways, I'll show you how to install the hard drives. And this is the hard drive enclosure. It's a very heavy duty build, and I think it's going to last a long time. And this is not iron or steel casing, it's a aluminum alloy, but it's quite heavy. So the build quality of the hard drive enclosure is very good, and it's very heavy duty build, and it has 4 rubber or silicone pads here, and this is where you put the hard drives in. So currently it is not locked, and we can put a 3.5-inch hard drives here easily. But if you have 2.5-inch hard drives like SSD or laptop hard disks, then you need to use a adapter. They also sell the adapter separately, and you can use this key to lock the hard drives. So once it is locked, then you will not be able to remove the hard drives. That is the external hard drive enclosure. Each hard drive bay will support 16 terabytes, so that will be 32 terabytes total. Here I have Western Digital hard drives of 4 terabytes each. These are Western Digital red hard disk drives, and they support NASWare 3.0, so it's specifically built for NAS applications. So it would be good to use these kind of hard drives for these kind of storage applications. Let's see the cable length. The cable length is 0.9 meters. Let's see the cable length of the power adapter, and the cable length of the power adapter is 1 meter. Now I'll install the hard disk drives. Open the hard disk drive doors, and you have to install the hard disk drives. You can see the connections here. So you have to put the hard disk drives like this, and then you can press this door. So that is it, and I'll install the second one. So that is the installation, and it is done. If you want to lock it, you can lock it using this key, and that's it. Now the hard disk drive has been installed. The hard disk drive enclosure has a cooling fan here, and it has a DC input jack here, and the USB 3.0 type B connector here, and a power button here. We have to connect the power cable here, USB connector here. So that is it. Now the physical installation is done. So I'll power it up, and I'll set this up and do a complete speed test of the hard disk drives, and I'll show it to you. Now the power has been connected, and the USB has also been connected to the computer. So I'll press this power button to turn it on. So the fan is running, but the fan sound is not that much, so that is good. I'll show you the setup in the computer screen. Now let's initialize the disk. In order to do that, go to Windows and type disk and select create and format hard disk partitions. Once you select that, it will open the disk management. Now it has found 4 disks. Disk 0 and disk 1 are my internal hard disk drives. Disk 0 is the solid state drive where my OS is installed, and disk 1 is my data drive, and disk 2 and disk 3 are the ones that we installed just now. Sometimes when you install new hard disk drives, it will ask you to initialize the hard disk. If it asks for initializing the hard disk, in that case you should select GPT as a format. So in my case, I just have to format these hard disk drives. Right click on your unallocated disks and select new simple volume. Click next. This is the size you want to format, that is the full size, and assign a drive letter, and you can assign a volume name as well. Here you can select the file system, you can select any. Now it's formatting the hard disk drive, as you can see here. So that is done, and we can now format the second hard disk drive. It's the same process. Now the format has been completed. As you can see, both the drives are now active and it's healthy. Now if you go to this PC, you can see both the drives are accessible now. The E drive and the F drives are the Orico Hard Disk External drives. I have also plugged in a Seagate External Hard Disk Drive. This is also USB 3.0, and I'll test all the hard disk drives and compare the speed. So I'll be using the tool called User Benchmark. Using this, I'll benchmark this PC, and it will also show me the performance of the hard disk drives as well as the external hard disk drives. Now I'll run it and show you the results. So these are the user benchmark test results, and the first one is the SSD drive that I have in my computer. It has a read of 470 Mbps and a write of 420 Mbps and mixed read and write speed of 400 Mbps. And the second one is the Seagate internal hard disk drive. It has a read of 173 Mbps and a write of 164 Mbps and a mixed speed of 86 Mbps. And the third one is the first external hard disk drive from the Orico Enclosure, and the read speed is 142 Mbps and the write speed is 150 Mbps and a mixed speed of 99 Mbps. And the fourth one is also from the Orico External Enclosure, and the read speed is 154 Mbps and the write speed is 144 Mbps and a mixed speed of 106 Mbps. And the fifth one here is the Seagate External Hard Disk Drive. It's a 2 TB hard disk drive, and the read speed of 81 Mbps and the write speed of 130 Mbps and a mixed speed of 92 Mbps. I think the Orico External Hard Disk Enclosure is performing slightly better than the Seagate External Hard Disk Drive. The Orico External Hard Disk Drive is performing very similar to the internal hard disk drive, so that is good. However, the SSD outperforms all the other drives as expected, and I think the Orico External Hard Disk Drive is performing very well. Now I'll connect this external hard drive to the mini PC that I have here, and I'll set up a network disk on Windows 10, and this network disk can be used as a network attached storage, and it is a very simple configuration. So I'll show you how to do that. Now I've connected to the mini PC. You can see the 2 external hard drives here. Now I'll show you how to set up the simple NAS, that is a network attached storage, using the Windows. So right click on the drive and go to properties and go to sharing, and advanced sharing you can select to share this folder, that is the D drive, and set the number of simultaneous users, and go to permissions and remove everyone because you don't want everyone to access the network disk, and add a specific username that you want to allow, and click check names, and if the username is available it'll find like this, and click OK. Allow full control, apply, and OK, and now it is shared, and you can see the symbol here that it has been shared. Similarly, you can do the same thing for the second hard disk drive. In my previous review of the mini PC, I have already shown you how to create a local user account in Windows for the network storage and so on, so you can check that if you don't know how to create a local user account. So now you can see that both the drives have been shared. One more important thing is that you should note the IP address of your mini PC in order to access the network attached storage. For that, you can go to your network settings and you can check the IP address here. So this is the IP address you will need to connect to this network disk. This is my desktop computer, and I want to add the network drives that I just shared. So for that, right click on this PC and map a network drive, and you have to type the mini PC IP address you just noted here in this format. The first drive is a D. After that, you can click connect using a different credentials and finish. Then you can enter the username and the password. This was the username and this is the password, and we can click OK. Now you can see it has connected to the disk drive, and it is also showing the amount of storage available. Similarly, you can add the second drive, and now I have also connected the second drive. You can start backing up your data in these network drives. For example, let's try this one. So it's trying to copy 786 MB to the network drive. As you can see, I have copied a backup video here of 800 MB, and you can also play it from the network storage. You can also fast forward without any problems. This is how we can use the external hard disk drives for backup over the network. Now the network disk setup has been completed, and some other features about this hard disk drive that I want to tell you about is it has some LED indicator here. So as you can see, there is an LED indicator for each drive, and these are multicolor, and when there is a disk access, then the color will change to red. These are the ventilation for the airflow. Now let's turn it off and see how hot is the hard drive. I'll turn it off. I'll remove the hard drives. This is the first one. Even after using it for a long time, it is barely warm. It is not even warm. Let's see the second one. Same in this case, both are not at all warm, so that is a good thing. So that was the review of this Orico External Hard Drive Enclosure. The performance was quite good. Even the hard disks are not very hot even after using it for a long time, and it can be used as a network storage drive using Windows 10. So in the future, I will set up a NAS OS in this mini PC and connect the external hard drive to the mini PC and set up a proper NAS using RAID systems. So I'll show you how to do that in the future. I hope you find the video useful. Please like it and share it. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time.